Hello, Scorpio North Node. Welcome to your reading for September, October, November 2022. These are general readings, so not all the messages may apply to you. Just take whatever resonates and leave the rest for whoever else in your North Node family may need to hear that message at this time. If you are feeling this reading, give it a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so that I can better connect to your energies for these readings, and click the bell to be notified when I upload. This is specifically a North Node reading. It is not meant for any other placement in your chart. So if you are not sure what your North Node sign is, there is a link in the description box below that leads you to my website where you can look up your North Node position on the chart. You could also run your birth chart if you are interested in your North Node, South Node placement and any other placements. So today I'm going to take you to the full North Node spread that my guides gave to me. We're going to start with the universal energies, is how they refer to it. So the bigger overarching energies that are going to be at play in your life for the next 3 months. Then we go to the 5D, which are promptings from your higher self, your future self. We'll leave it there. And then 3D are the middle circle will be 3D, which will describe your physical reality and the situations that are arising to help trigger your expansion. The next circle, well, it's really a spiral. The next rung on the spiral, you will see the tips and tools of how to navigate or how to bridge the 3D and the 5D. And then every month I choose a different final card rung. And this month I chose Alchemy, energies that you'll be alchemizing the next 3 months, kind of mysteries of your life that your energetic and physical life that you would benefit from delving into. And then a final oracle, and all of that is going to be time-stamped below, so we're going to be here for 50 minutes to an hour. If you don't finish it in one sitting, you could always come back, and since this covers 3 months, you may wish to come back and look at a specific section again, so that will all be easily accessible for you in the links in the description box. So let's get started with your universal energies here. Okay. So we have work, clarity, boundless, and encoded. So Scorpio North Node, there is a strong energy towards these readings, as I said, are general for the placement. I don't focus on any aspect of your life in particular either. This, though, is very much feeling like you are stepping into your life's work. And it's also coming in divine timing. things that you've been engaged in up to now, I feel that your gifts weren't fully activated with the encoded card here. I feel like there's gifts awakening in your spirit. There also may be gifts awakening in like even your personality self to improve your ability to navigate the world and navigate the role that you really should be taking. There's an energy of all of your gifts, talents, like those that are more concrete, tangible, our 3D way of preparing ourselves for a career, in balance with all of the natural gifts you came with. They're also saying that you may have been trying to balance this and have not found a way to balance it, or always felt like torn. One of the major themes of the Taurus-Scorpio polarity is Scorpios are very comfortable in the intangible. As much as they like luxury and material things, they don't necessarily cling to them as concrete items or, bank account balances, whereas Taurus is about material security and material comforts and likes to have. Every time I say the word Taurus, I see, a house with big windows and big brown comfy couches and a fireplace and artwork or crystal and so just, I don't want to say luxury necessarily, but they definitely thrive in an environment where they can see their security in the things, in their living situation, in the things that they own. Scorpio is much less bound. Their security doesn't necessarily come from the things they have. It comes from a knowingness in themselves. And this is the clarity that you're also being invited to enjoy. You become clear about why you are here. I feel like every North Node sign is going to get the same message in one way or another, because everybody is. The next 3 months are going to be very revealing. You in particular, Scorpio North Node, what it's going to reveal to you is how you can blend these different aspects of yourself into one cohesive, in this case it feels, as I said, with the work card coming out first, career. That does not mean that you may or may not change jobs in those 3 months. But I feel you're definitely going to want to, there's going to be opportunities presented to you to move into spaces of your career that are more aligned with the fullness of yourself and with yourself that is expanding. Because Encoded is telling me your frequency is being changed without you doing anything. Like it's just coming down from your ancestors, from your guides, from your star family, from the different planetary alignments and such. You're just being activated in certain ways. And you see the commonalities in colors between the work card and the encoded card here. So let's move on to the 5D. You're my first reading of the day, so my voice is warming up. You get my best Barry White impression. My deepest voice of the day. I hope it's soothing. Yes, so we're going to the 5D. See what your higher self, do you want this one, has to say about it. Your future self. So I'm going to get all the cards first because I need cards from 2 decks, and then I need them to tell me where they go. So you have, we have the Page of Pentacles, Heaven and Earth in this deck. Then you have communication. The 9 of Pentacles. Allowance. The Knight of Pentacles, the Seneschal, and Transition. Final card there. So Heaven and Earth is telling me that you have the opportunity in the next 3 months to vastly change your financial position, if you so desire to change it. There is the gifts that are opening to you, whether they be really psychic gifts, as in like in the spiritual intuitive sense, or gifts of communication, where you stand up for yourself better, where you communicate your ideas better. Maybe you're more confident in communicating your ideas or pursuing your ideas. These gifts that are opening up to you are finally finding their, I see them as like pieces that are finally shifting into place. Like they've always been there, but they didn't know where to fit into the picture. And now they're finding their balance and their footing and where they best fit into your habits, behaviors, personality, self. And definitely communication from the heart. Also, Heaven and Earth is feeling to me that some of you may be bringing messages from other dimensions, the divine beings into the earthly realm, because they're showing my focus to the purple, indigo, blue, green. So I'm getting like third eye, throat, and heart. And the card says the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. I feel also you are going to be very good at being able to tell, if you're not already, you're really going to embrace a skill of being able to read people and being able to tell when they're hiding something or being dishonest. And leaning into that understanding of people as one of the skills that you can build your career on. The Nine of Pentacles is pointing me to the third eye as well. I feel like, as I said on the first rung of the spiral, some of the skills that you have, like you've always had, you were born with them, they're just being awoken now. And you are now, the opportunity is coming in these 3 months for you to see the fruits of your labor and to see, and even the things that you never thought as labor. It's like you see things start to turn in your favor. And I feel like people have been watching you or noticing you and noticing some of the qualities that you don't necessarily value or acknowledge in yourself. They've been seeing it and finding it, attractive, noble. They've been impressed by it. And I feel that these opportunities for recognition are going to come your way in the next 3 months. And then allowance comes right after that. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. So some of these opportunities or compliments that will come to you, you may not take them very well. I don't want to say it that way, but like, you may find it hard to take a compliment. Let me just tilt this a bit. You may find it hard to take a compliment. Or it's been so long that you have not been recognized that you may find it difficult to believe that it's true now. Like you've done so long without certain things. And I feel, Scorpio North Node, that you've gone a long time without acknowledging certain things in yourself as well. And you're being encouraged by your higher self to let it reveal to you more about who you are, more about the fullness of who you are. And don't judge it. Don't have an opinion about it. Don't be afraid, and don't resist it. Just listen and observe and say thank you. Be grateful for who you are and how, what's been encoded in your DNA. Because this is the time for you. You have all Pentacles in this part of the spread. So your 5D self, the 5D feels like it's calling you to your abundance. In the Knight of Pentacles or the Seneschal, I feel that you really have the opportunity to ground yourself in a whole new cycle of abundance. And this is coming through by the boundless universal energy as well. On your ears, you have the keys to any doors of opportunity you want to open. You have the ants that are hardworking. You have a work ethic, and you have loyalty, determination, and also, love and companionship. So there's a lot about just your being as a whole is who you came here to be, and it's very much connected to what you came here to do in terms of work, career, how you make your money, how you survive and thrive, right? And this work that you do for the transition, has the ability to build a whole new foundation, or a new level of security, a higher level of security, a higher level of abundance. Let me read the transition card. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. There's some of you who are still struggling with, whatever happened to your job, career, or business during the pandemic. This is about allowing the divine to guide you into the next stage, which has a abundance of abundance for you. And with Scorpio, I don't often get Scorpio North Node. I don't often get everything around money, because as I said, like, Scorpios are very comfortable in, let's say, intangible security. This, though, I feel that you are meant to be guided into something that's that has more of a, there's more value placed on who you are than what you do. That is the energy I'm getting here. So people give you opportunities because they like what they see on, like, as a whole. They like how you, like, this night for sure is abundant and skilled, but when you look at the animal archetypes that are on this card, you see, personality traits or values, ways they go about life, right? You have this third eye that's very discerning. You could be a good decision maker, and you may have shied away from leading when you could or should lead, or when the energy felt natural for you to take the lead, but you may not have believed that you were capable. So boundless here in the corner does have a lot to do with whether or not you think you're capable and whether or not you think things are possible. And I feel, once again, that the energy around you is of you placing more value on who you are as a person than what you do and what you prove to other people. Reaching quotas, and if you're doing that because you're able to. But look at the fact that you can, meet a quota the fastest, or reach certain milestones, win certain competitions, not because of just the skill in itself, but because of your mentality, of the way that you approach your work. Because I have this feeling of some of you are very good at being lighthearted in stressful situations, for example, or you make complex and seemingly chaotic circumstances fall into place and people start to feel confident in, okay, we know what the next step is. Okay, there's a time crunch, but let's all get together and we can manage this. I feel that that's, for some of you Scorpio North nodes, that's something that you bring to the table. But for all of you, I feel that your energetic presence brings more to your work situations than you have acknowledged up to now. And for some of you, that's going to lead you into different roles in the industry or career that you're in. Some of you, that will lead you into a new career altogether. And I'm getting the message that for some of you, you'll finally trust yourself to take the leap into rebuilding your life from whatever the pandemic ended up doing to your financial security and job stability. Let's go into the 3D. I think I want it this way. Oops. So we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. The King of Cups. The Page of Wands in reverse. And the High Priestess. Excuse me. And I feel to look at the bottom of the deck and get the Two of Swords in reverse. So Ace of Cups in reverse, I feel, it's interesting how your 5D self really, the 5D is really calling you to open and allow, and there's a lot of positive movement in your 5D. And in the 3D, right, when I put down these cards, I felt frustration. The Ace of Cups in reverse, I feel like, and they're also pointing me to this, like when you look at it this way, you see like there's something exploding there. I feel that you may have issues with your temper in the next 3 months. Issues with communicating how you really feel. The word they want me to use the word issues. Do we be challenged by those moments where you are given the opportunity to really express your deeper authentic self and your world perspective? And I'm feeling that you may not feel free, have not been feeling free, and may continue to not feel free to speak your truth in your current physical reality. And that seems to be building a frustration. And I feel that you've been dealing with it more internally, like going home and journaling about a conversation as opposed to just having the conversation. And the King of Cups, following the Ace of Cups in reverse, feels to me that there has to be a transition between you always being the one who takes the higher road Because I'm hearing spirituality is not an escape from reality, right? It has to be grounded in it. So if you're not getting along with people, if you are suppressing yourself in order to get along with them, right? Because true getting along with people is they see you for who you are, you see them for who they are, and you have mutual respect and compassion for each other, even if you don't like each other, right? That's not the point. But how are you to know or allow people to like you if you're not opening up who you truly are? So I'm feeling that part of your transition is you're going to be breaking down some walls of formality with people, or some walls of you'll let more people in. The Page of Wands in reverse, though, I feel you're going to be very unsure. There's some emotional unsureness going on. Someone also has romantic feelings for someone who's in their workspace. And they're saying don't allow the daydreaming and fantasy of being with this person or wanting this person to notice you. Don't let it take you off of the path of right now being about you and your abundance. Because the next 3 months are meant for you to build that foundation for yourself and to become someone that draws more abundance to you, and that abundance includes in your relationships and love and friendship. So if you're single and looking, please still invest in yourself first, is what they're saying. And the High Priestess, this is an interesting version of the High Priestess card. I heard a cauldron of vibration. Like, you are being worked on more so than you have work to do. So that makes sense. The work that you have to do is in balancing now your inner world with your outer world, because your inner world is being changed without, I don't want to say without your consent. It's definitely with your consent. You just didn't necessarily give it in your physical form. You gave it before you got here. So, excuse me. I also feel that you're going to be, because these changes are happening all of a sudden, within you, introspection is, you're going to be looking inside of yourself often in the next 3 months. And asking yourself, they're saying you're going to come to know and embrace what you truly believe, what you truly feel, and kind of what you know on a deep level. Like, you know it without evidence. It's just knowing. It's not belief. It's in your DNA. You have past life wisdom just going pa-cha-chow. Sorry. I guess that's what it sounds like. Just exploding open. And you'll have a deep sense of inner knowing. And if we're looking at this as a cycle, this deep sense of inner knowing, but now you're going into the same work situations, the same friendships, the same day-to-day. And there is the struggle, the challenge of now bringing that wisdom into, how you move through the world, how you talk to people, how you treat people, how you treat yourself. Some of you may change habits, diets. But the Page of Wands keeps coming through as you'll feel challenged to bring this innate knowledge into your physical realm in the next 3 months. So, you want these two together? I'm shuffling your 3D now. Excuse me. I feel like they want it this way. Death and rebirth. No, wait. What did I say? I think I said, I'm going into your 3D now. But we're already in the 3D. These are your tips and tools for how to navigate the energy. 10 of Wands. Okay. I'm going to try one more time to see if something comes out. And if not, then I'm supposed to move the cards around. The cards feel good there for me. There it is. Okay, and the last card we have here is the Three of Swords in reverse. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Pentacles. So, sorry, 1 second. Boop. It has to go like this. This is what they were not happy with. So, the Devil and the Page of Pentacles. Confront your monkey mind is what I'm hearing with the Devil. Confront your monkey mind. Because that is what's holding you. Too many opinions. It's good to hear other people's opinions, but you don't need to. You should be firm in what you believe and what you think. And when you do question it more from a divine perspective. And if this communication card is signaling to me that you may already connect with them, or they are trying to connect with you. So and I'm getting some advice to not always think so much before you speak. Because some of the information, some of the opinions that you hold back, they're actually making you, like, people not see you for all you have to offer, because you have a lot of innate wisdom to offer. You have the Page of Pentacles twice, right? So basically, the encouragement to try new things, to imagine the new path that you want to go down, or imagine your expanded self, imagine your ideal work, life, and love and living situation, and being open to the steps that come towards that, or to lead you towards that. And they're saying that some of those steps may be more impractical or than you imagine. Because, of course, your Taurus South Node wants you to do things in very practical ways. But Scorpio North Node is saying you need to open your perspective to how to achieve what you set out to achieve. And it may not be as straightforward as everyone thinks it should be. Especially if you're kind of in a more regimented career, or you have friends and family who have already built certain success in their life that you would also like to have, like someone built a business. They may be telling you, you have to do this, that, and this. Those are things that you can take into consideration. But remember that this is all divine timing, and you are not doing this all by yourself. And your change, your alignment with abundance is vibrational first. So death and rebirth, like, allow yourself to become new, which is probably why I wanted it over here, because you have transition here. But anyway, this is the spot it's supposed to be in. It's supposed to go that way. So, they want you to release with gratitude as well any past experiences, any past ways of thinking that you had that no longer serve you. I feel a big cleaning out of the mental closet, so following the devil here. And the Ten of Wands is a I feel you have some baggage to release. That there are definitely some things to take with you, but there's some things that you don't need to take with you. And not everybody's feelings are yours, are your problem. Not everyone's feelings, not everyone else's. So they're giving me a specific situation where you may have been working on a project for a long time with someone, and you keep going back and forth, and that person is just not, as they're in a different place in their development where you seem to be the one pulling things forward. But at the same time, there's only so far forward that you can pull it if they're still, at a different point in their journey that doesn't align with abundance, because you are aligning with it. So there are you may have to pack up and leave some people mentally or physically. The Three of Swords in reverse is embrace the transition and mourn, but not for long. It's not necessary. And I keep feeling this energy of you taking on other people's expectations of you as a burden. So you don't want to go to a party, but someone invites you, so you go. You don't want to disappoint the person. But some of these things that you have committed yourself to are really weighing you down. They're not creating space for what you're to experience in the next chapter of your life. And when it just becomes clear that you and another person aren't aligned, or you and a situation aren't aligned, and I'm going back to this here, you and a situation aren't aligned, you and a person aren't aligned, this clarity card is telling me that you need to also see your relationship from a higher perspective. And if you're not aligned at the moment, you're not aligned, and you're not a bad person for moving on either. And this goes for love, friendship, business partnerships, or commitment to a certain job. So some of you are in a business partnership where things are not really growing as they should, and it's because you two are misaligned. Or they are using you are fueling the fire. That's what's happening. You're fueling the fire. Let's go to your alchemy cards, because the first one that came out is already mirroring what I just said. Sun is your first card. The Drowned King, which is interesting because you have the King of Cups here. And we have sublimation, sorry. Mystical Sister. Now, I have a feeling that they want both of these here. No, they don't. Okay. This is a brand new deck for me. I just bought it, and it's the first time I'm using it, so it feels like we're still getting to know each other, although there's a lot a good relationship already. We're still getting to know each other. Gold is your final card. Okay, so when it comes to Sun, I feel a major energy you're going to be dealing with in these 3 months are surrounding who's drawn to you and how much you are aware of your shine, or aware of the fact that people are drawn to you. So there's an acknowledgement in the Sun card as well of, like, do you see yourself for all of what you are? And you're going to receive some clarity around how your inability or unwillingness to see yourself fully in the past has caused you to be in certain situations that where you don't get the respect and recognition that you actually deserve. They're saying that you're going to find deep down that in some of those situations where you got the short end of the stick, it's because of how you thought of or what you believed about yourself. I feel a lot of high frequency, high vibrational energy coming towards you. Some of it has already come even before this reading. It's about it settling into your system. With the Drowned King, there may be a massive shock to your ego coming. I'm sorry to make it sound so dramatic, but yeah. But these things happen also when it's time for you to change. Change the way you think about yourself, change the way you act towards people. And this is coming by clarity and transition that you have underneath here, right? That if you don't make the change, the universe has to send a blow to your ego so that you reevaluate yourself, right? So for some of you, and funny, this energy it wasn't coming out till the end. For some of you, there is an issue with overconfidence, but the overconfidence is actually a well-built-up defense mechanism. So there could be some humbling experiences that require you to reevaluate who you are and how you show up in the world, which is what, it's an extension of everything we've already spoken about. It's about who you are. You're becoming you're expanding, and your life needs to now adjust to fit your new vibration, which is happening without your conscious participation. Some of you are taking it on, but it's bigger than you're able to manage at the moment. Or really, what's it called? It's bigger than you're able to see, or bigger than you're aware of. With sublimation, be aware of during this time, even with all of this positive energy and all of the support of your spirit team, that ascension and expansion is not a linear process. And you may lap somebody right now, but they may come back. They will come back at some point and be more advanced, or more, let's call it advanced for lack of a better word. They may have developed another aspect of their spirituality, or their vibration, or, their understanding of the universe, while you were sitting being a little arrogant about as far as you have come. So that's one thing to be aware of. With sublimation, also, I feel that it's in this corner with a lot of things letting go. It's about lightening some of the density in your vibration. So grudges that you're carrying, feelings of obligation, disappointments, heartaches, heartbreaks. This is about, sublimation is about, can you let people be who they are and still not and allow yourself to be who you are. And if those two things, two states that you're in at the moment don't quite align, letting it go. And that's it. And if it comes back, it comes back. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Right? So at this point, there is no limit to the expansion that you can experience in the next 3 months. It all depends on how much you are willing to in how many areas of your life are you willing to have transition? And are you willing to allow the divine to show you a different way? They wanted me to point out fire, water, air elements. And then we're at gold, element of gold and mystical sister. So I feel like you could very well encounter a very deep and meaningful relationship, or there's one that already exists that's going to be reignited. This could be a deep friendship. It could be romance as well. And they wanted me to also kind of remind you that even if this sister is feminine, this person may not be in a female body in this lifetime. You may find a mystical sister who, is in this lifetime as a homosexual man, or as a gender neutral person. So it has the point is, it has nothing to do with gender in this lifetime. It has to do with someone who's very close to you on a soul level and knows you for everything you are and holds a space for everything you are. And they want you to be very careful about not taking this person for granted and not taking this process for granted. Gold again has the danger of being a very sought after material that people will commit, crime and violence for. But realize that while all of what's happening for you has a very strong material benefit, that at its core, the core blessing is what's happening on the soul and energetic level. And, with your inner sight, with opening your perspectives, with being able to see and experience the world differently, this is the blessing and the magic. Beyond, I could buy a house, I could buy, I can get bottle service at the club, whatever, right? It is primarily your relationship with spirit and your relationship with yourself, your relationship with others. And then you embracing yourself is the foundation of your abundance. You keeping that abundance is being a compassionate, balanced being who expresses gratitude, right? And is not, overrun by ego. And kind of lives in a do no harm space. This is the energy I'm getting. So it's interesting that ego didn't really come out until your final cards, right? But be wary of getting overconfident, being pompous, especially as all these things start to really go well for you. Do remember to practice gratitude and be aware that other people just aren't at that stage in their evolution right now, but that doesn't make you further along than them or better than them. So just be wary of that, because that will bring you some ego blows if you get too cocky. So I'm pulling the final oracle now. Got one, but I like to double check if that's the one. So I have feeling the world. Okay, the key concepts of feeling the world are sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world and a broader perception, empathy, overload, and overwhelm. Empathy reminds you that you are not alone. It is a beautiful capacity to feel the connectivity all around you, giving you a profound sense of belonging, a broader experience of being part of the larger whole. That said, it can also be overwhelming, especially when you don't know where you end and the rest of the world begins. Now is the time to be clear about your boundaries. Ask yourself whose energy you've tuned into. You might find it's not even yours. If you are feeling off or drained when you're with someone, they may be siphoning your energy. In such an instance, this connection is not good for you, no matter how charismatic the person is or how attracted to them you feel. Do not mistake codependency for closeness or allow your boundaries to become too porous. Trust your instincts and take care of you. Practice saying no. Avoid the temptation to turn off and go numb. Instead, be present. Somewhere in the middle of this feeling spectrum is where the magic is. You're also being asked now to be aware of how your words and actions may affect others. While it's not your job to determine how someone will respond to you, discernment is necessary. Be firm yet kind. Keep in mind that people-pleasing will not give you what you truly need. That said, your empathy is beautiful and important. It just has to be balanced in order for you to access its wondrous gifts. Today, celebrate the beauty of your sensitivity and that of others. All right, Scorpio North Node, I hope that this reading has been enlightening and it resonated with you. Don't forget to like or subscribe if it did. And otherwise, I'll be back with a couple little short updates in the interim. And the next 3-month reading will be for December, January, February. And yeah, until then, I'll see you in some other videos. Take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.